Time, a temporal axis as mentioned in the movie Mr. Nobody, is a magnificent stuff to deal with, and this wristwatch is one among those devices which is used to keep a count on it. We all know nowadays all wristwatches come out with a feature called waterproofing. So in this video we are going to discuss about what makes this watch waterproof. Like every other things, waterproofing a watch also has its own history. The first watch was made by Rolex, which was called as Rolex Oyster in the year 1926. This watch had a screw-down crown and a screw-down case which was gasketed by using rubber. One of the first watches was worn by Mercedes Glitz, who swam across the English Channel in the year 1927. So where does this waterproofing is actually present in a watch? As we all know, the dial, the crown and the back case are all those viable elements which are responsible for the penetration of water inside a watch. So what the watch manufacturers are doing is they are protecting these elements with the help of O-shaped rings, which are also called as gaskets. These gaskets are made up of Teflon, nylon and rubber. Apart from these, we need something which is hard to protect the back cases. So we are making the back cases out of titanium and stainless steel. Some watches may also contain the back cases which are made up of gold, but the watches which are made up of titanium and stainless steel will last long. So what makes us to select these materials for the purpose of waterproofing? I think you are aware of the fact that pressure inside the water will actually increase gradually when we go deeper and deeper and deeper. So what we really need is something which could resist the water and also which can withstand the pressure. So there is absolutely no wrong to go for these materials which could do both. But also we could change the standard of these materials. So by changing the standards of the materials for waterproofing, we are actually changing the resistive parameter of the watch to the water, which we always represent by meters. We can find in our back cases which says water resistant 30 meter, water resistant 50 meter, 100 meter, 150, 200, etc. But what these meters are actually representing? So as you guess, this meter will actually represent how much deep we can get into the water by wearing that watch. But this may not be accurate at any point of time, because in reality if you have a watch which has a 30 meter water resistance, you cannot dive into the water for the 30 meters. But yeah, we can study how much these can resist in reality. So if you have a watch which has 30 meters water resistance, this will actually resist only the raindrops. So if you have a watch which has a 50 meters water resistance, you are good enough to swim in a shallow water. So if you have a watch which has a 100 meter water resistance, you are good enough to go under the water and you can swim freely. So if you have a watch which has 200 meter water resistance and above, you are free to go for scuba diving. So a professional diver will always prefer to have a watch which is waterproof for more than 200 meters, and also they would prefer to have a watch which has a screw down crown instead of a push and pop crown which is available in a conventional wristwatch. So having your watch waterproof does not mean you can wear it anywhere. There are certain places where you should try not to wear that. For example, in a hot water, swimming pool, or in a salty water area, etc. So in a hot tub, the waterproofing watch will only give proofing from water, but yet it's still viable to the heat and the heat from the moisture. This will eventually damage the gaskets because of swelling. In a cold water swimming pool, what we are misunderstanding is the fact that the temperature will automatically drastically increase or decrease. So this will eventually damage the watch also. And in a salty water, this will damage the casings and the crown, so the watch is getting damaged. However, yeah, I know I have talked a lot of technology, and if you are getting bored, just switch to my other channel, Maestro Records, where you can find some videos regarding entertainment like cover songs, reaction videos, etc. So subscribe to both my channels, Tech Delivered and Maestro Records. Bye.